So I was able to get the front end completed, at least down to the part of the rough stage. Gives me the profile of the hood extended out. I got this section filled in with the plastic epoxy and sanded back. The cowl was put on. The front grille is pretty well done. Still got some slight sanding. I'm not sure what I'm going to do at the bottom here. I got to do some work on that and then cut in the section for the lights. And there's a long slot that runs the length. And then do a little more shaping. As you can see in the back, the hinges, as I mentioned before, will stay at the factory location, and the hood scooped kind of cowl section is carved around and then tapers off down to the side, or this side of the hood is raised up just slightly than what it would be from stock, and then tapers out to the end. So with that complete, I've pretty much gone from the rear to the front, getting the basic shape, the chop and the new top and the new front end, the new rear, all the basic pieces done. So now that I got the body roughed into pretty decent shape with all of the modifications, I'm going to go back and work on the running gear, and which means the mounting up the transfer case, the transmission with the forward mounted motor, getting drive shafts and everything set up, and basically getting all the details. I also have an aluminum servo bracket to replace the plastic one to straighten it up a little bit, and then getting all the servos and everything mounted up, finding homes for the electronics. So I've used these extra speed aluminum servo mounts in the past, and I've always had really good luck with them, and they're very sturdy and seem to be very well made. This is the first one I've ever had any problem with. You can see, but the back hole is really just drilled in the wrong spot. So for the time being, I'm going back with the plastic mount, which in all honesty probably is adequate with this extra bar here. I just like to have a little bit extra. If you really get in a tight spot, you don't want that servo to be bunching, you want that tire to be pushing hard. What I might try to do is to fill this screw hole in with some metal epoxy and then drill a new hole, and you can see it's just almost halfway in, halfway out of the hole. Drill a new hole, retap it, and that should work fine. The other thing I have to do here, and this is just the way these SCX-102s are made. If you use the servo that has the extra bit on the bottom, which this has just been removed, but here's one that's stock. It has this extra material on the bottom. That extra material will just hang on the chassis right here. So essentially I just took over to the grinder and I ground off that material so it's flat. So you can get it fairly close to center, but you're going to run into interference on this side. We also have to think about where our drive shaft is going to come off of the bottom of here. which this will be roughly mounted in this location here, and it'll come off. And we have, it's going to be a flexible drive shaft, so it can go over here. But I think the ideally is to kind of split the difference. So we're going to go where it's not quite centered here, and it's not too far of an angle here, so somewhere in between. So, and that'll still give us a really good angle to both the drive shafts. So we'll need to make a little template and start mark this up and then drill the holes. This is a solid metallized epoxy underneath this stainless steel plate. We'll drill straight through, turn it over, and we will countersink the holes on this side, and we'll be able to run some flat screws from the bottom, and this will be firmly mounted to the plate here. Let's get started with that.